We witches oft are underestimated, but I am well aware how capable you are.
I have to...
That may not sound like much. Well...
Wild Heart S feels bold and energetic, with thrilling hunts that reward planning and quick thinking. Massive Beasts demand smart use of tools, clever positioning, and teamwork that feels rewarding. Combat feels weighty, weapons feel distinct, and each victory feels earned. The world has a strong identity, supported by striking creature designs and a sense of danger that keeps tension high. Progression stays satisfying, encouraging experimentation and mastery without losing momentum. Crafting systems add depth and keep battles fresh. Hades 2 keeps the action fast and addictive while pushing its mythic world further than before. Combat feels sharper, with smart upgrades that reward risky play and constant movement. Each run feels meaningful thanks to strong progression and varied enemy encounters. The soundtrack drives every fight, and the art direction keeps each area memorable. Characters are well written, and the story unfolds at a steady pace that keeps curiosity high across many runs and longer sessions. Boss fights test skill and planning, making victories feel earned and rewarding. Chained Echoes feels like a love letter to classic role-playing, built with care and confidence. Combat rewards planning, party skills matter, and mech battles add welcome variety. The world feels alive thanks to strong pacing, thoughtful side stories, and a soundtrack that fits every moment. Characters grow naturally, the story keeps momentum, and exploration always feels worthwhile without wasting time. Visual style stays consistent, menus are clear, difficulty feels fair, and long sessions stay engaging. Progression feels rewarding and respects time. CrossCode is an engaging action RPG that mixes fast-paced combat with clever puzzles. The pixel art world is full of life and detail, and the story keeps players invested with interesting characters and meaningful quests. Leveling up is rewarding, and the variety in skills and abilities adds depth to combat. Exploration feels fulfilling, with hidden secrets and optional challenges that make each area exciting to revisit. Thoughtful design and strategic gameplay make this a standout title for anyone who enjoys retro-inspired RPGs. Transistor is a smart, stylish action RPG with a strong mood and confident voice. Combat mixes real-time movement with pause planning, letting battles play out with flair and control. The story stays mysterious yet personal, carried by rich music and striking art. Every upgrade changes tactics, rewarding curiosity and smart choices. The world stays memorable long after the credits roll. Quiet moments matter as much as fights, giving space to absorb themes of loss, identity, and purpose, while the city slowly reveals its secrets with care and confidence.
Besides, if not for the calamity...
Bastion stuns with its vibrant hand-painted world, reactive narration, and engaging combat. The dynamic soundtrack pairs perfectly with the game's evolving tone, while each weapon feels distinct and rewarding. As the story unfolds, emotional depth emerges through thoughtful world-building and clever design. The narrator's voice adds weight to every action, making the journey feel personal and impactful. Few games manage to feel this alive with each step forward, making Bastion a standout action RPG that lingers long after the final scene. Into the Breach is a smart and rewarding tactics game that thrives on tight decision-making. Every turn feels important, with the game giving clear information so choices always matter. The battles are small in scale, but never shallow, as each encounter pushes creative thinking and planning ahead. The variety of mechs and squads keeps things fresh, and even short runs feel satisfying. Success comes from strategy rather than luck, making victories genuinely earned. It's a strategy game that respects your time while keeping you hooked. Graveyard Keeper is a medieval cemetery management simulation in which players construct and maintain their own graveyard in order to save money, expand into entertainment with witch-burning festivals, and terrify adjacent people into attending church, face ethical quandaries, acquire rich resources, make new goods, form commercial relationships, and explore intriguing dungeons in the game. To discover vital materials and avoid poisoning local communities, players must face ethical quandaries, form corporate relationships, and explore the unknown. Tinykin is a joyful platformer built around smart exploration and constant forward motion. Each room is packed with playful puzzles, clever shortcuts, and tiny helpers that change how paths are solved. Movement stays light and responsive, encouraging curiosity without pressure. The colorful world keeps momentum high, with steady rewards that respect time and skill, making every discovery satisfying and fun. Level design stays smart, with clear goals, smart use of scale, and puzzles that reward attention rather than speed. Progress always stays rewarding. Underhero is a delightful mix of humor and clever gameplay that keeps players engaged throughout. The turn-based combat is fun and strategic, encouraging creative approaches to battles and planning each move carefully. The quirky story and memorable characters bring constant smiles, while the colorful visuals and upbeat music make exploring the world enjoyable. Each encounter has personality, and the pacing keeps things lively without slowing down. Fans of indie RPGs will find it amusing, rewarding, and impossible to put down. Shakedown Hawaii explodes with retro chaos and satirical humor, throwing players into a wild open-world sandbox packed with missions, businesses to take over, and pixels that pop with color. The 16-bit aesthetic pops with nostalgic flair, while the soundtrack drives each reckless move forward. It's hilarious, hectic, and packed with tongue-in-cheek commentary on modern consumerism. A mix of business management and mayhem makes every session unpredictable and addictive in the best way possible. Journey to the Savage Planet is a vibrant, hilarious sci-fi adventure packed with colorful creatures and oddball humor. The game keeps things fresh with creative exploration and satisfying upgrades that reward curiosity. Environments are imaginative, and the tone leans into absurdity in the best way. Smart level design and co-op gameplay add depth without ever feeling overwhelming. It's the kind of offbeat adventure that keeps attention locked with its wit, strange alien life forms, and rewarding progression through its layered world. Neon Abyss throws players into chaotic, neon-lit runs packed with action and randomness. Each run feels fresh, thanks to a wild mix of weapons, items, and unpredictable room layouts. The roguelite progression is addictive, with new rooms and characters unlocking steadily. Visually, it's loud and punchy, and the soundtrack keeps the energy high. The bosses are fun to learn, and the pet system adds just the right touch of madness. A great choice when quick reflexes and a bit of chaos sound like a good time. Celeste is a platformer that feels both challenging and rewarding, with each climb testing patience and skill in equal measure. The controls are responsive, making every jump and dash feel precise, and the level design is smartly layered to keep progression engaging. Its pixel art style is striking, paired with a soundtrack that enhances both tension and calm moments. The narrative adds depth, touching on themes of struggle and perseverance in a meaningful way. It's a game that manages to stay memorable long after the mountain is conquered. TowerFall TowerFall thrives as a couch multiplayer gem where every arrow shot feels like a battle of wits. Matches are quick but intense, rewarding sharp reflexes and clever tactics. The simple controls make it easy for newcomers to join in, yet there's incredible depth once the chaos ramps up. Power-ups keep each round unpredictable, while the retro-style visuals and energetic soundtracks set the perfect mood. What makes TowerFall special is the laughter and rivalry it sparks, making every match a memory worth repeating. Levelhead is a creative platformer that rewards both skill and imagination. The controls feel tight and responsive, making precision jumps satisfying while still offering enough flexibility for experimentation. The campaign is fun on its own, but the real hook is building and sharing custom levels. The editor is surprisingly deep yet approachable, letting ideas come to life without frustration. Browsing through community creations feels like an endless supply of fresh challenges. It's a game that encourages giving it lasting value that keeps drawing you back in.
Oh yeah, whoa, yo, make the ball go so bad, whoa, speed running, yeah!
Guilty Gear Strive delivers a jaw-dropping fusion of style and substance, raising the bar for modern fighting games. The visuals explode with personality-fluid animations, bold effects, and characters that ooze charisma. Combat feels tight, impactful, and rewarding. Whether mastering advanced combos or just enjoying the spectacle, the soundtrack is pure adrenaline, perfectly matching the game's high-energy vibe. Online play runs smoothly, making competitive matches a blast. Every punch, slash, and counter feels meaningful in a fighter that's as beautiful as it is brutal. Blasphemous is a dark, atmospheric action platformer with brutal combat and a deep, unsettling world. The pixel art is rich with detail, every frame oozing with eerie religious iconography. Combat is punishing but fair, rewarding patience and precision. The soundtrack perfectly complements the oppressive tone, enhancing each twisted corner of CV Stodia. Exploration is rewarding, packed with hidden secrets and lore that begs to be uncovered. A must-play for those who appreciate challenging gameplay wrapped in striking art and unforgettable world building. Tribes of Midgard shines with its dynamic co-op gameplay, vibrant Norse-inspired world, and a thrilling day-night cycle that keeps players on their toes. Teamwork is key as players build, battle, and defend against waves of giants and creatures. The progression system adds satisfying depth, while seasonal events inject fresh variety. It's engaging, fast-paced, and rewards smart strategy and quick coordination. A great pick for those who enjoy survival action with a strong emphasis on teamwork and mythology-driven adventure. NeverAwake is a one-of-a-kind twin-stick shooter game with a protagonist named Rem who battles a variety of foes such as vegetables, dogs, and school buddies. The game has more than 80 levels, multiple bosses, and a replayable gameplay system. Players can utilize a variety of weapons and accessories to defeat the creatures in their nightmares. The game's finale is determined by the player's devotion, with several options available. NeverAwake is appropriate for both beginners and professionals, with a fascinating plot and many endings. Warm Snow is a gritty, fast-paced action roguelike that blends dark fantasy with Chinese mythology in a striking, atmospheric way. Combat feels sharp and fluid, with satisfying swordplay and varied relics that encourage different playstyles each run. The haunting soundtrack and beautifully grim art direction pull players deep into its eerie world. Each death feels like a lesson, making progression rewarding and addicting. An experience that thrives on tight gameplay loops and compelling world building, it's a thrilling ride through myth and madness. Nowhere Prophet is a single-player card game set on the distant planet Soma. The plot revolves around a powerful commander and mystic, armed with technopathy, who leads a convoy of outcasts and refugees across randomly produced wastelands. The aim is to reach the enigmatic crypt, a fabled location that offers pure technology and safety. Players must traverse a randomly generated landscape in order to gather loot, attract followers, and unlock new content. After the combat, the game shifts to a turn-based card game mode. Retro City Rampage DX is a hilarious, over-the-top throwback to classic 8-bit action games. The open-world chaos is packed with missions, unlockables, and ridiculous weapons that keep gameplay endlessly entertaining. Nostalgic references and pop culture jokes land perfectly, giving each moment a playful energy. The controls are responsive, letting players wreak havoc with ease, while the pixel art style is colorful, lively, and full of personality. Every session is engaging, energetic, and wildly entertaining, keeping players hooked for hours. Streets of Rogue offers a special combination of freedom, choice, and wild fun. This top-down roguelite game combines aspects from top-down roguelites, immersive simulators, and RPG, set in a randomly constructed metropolis. The game presents AI-guided people from various backgrounds. To complete missions, players must use their character's specific abilities, items, and the dynamic environment. Players may construct a tiny but strong guerrilla army by adopting the role of a soldier, a sneaky doctor, or even a guerrilla. Streets of Rogue provides an unrivaled gaming experience because to its unique blend of gameplay components. UnMetal is a hilarious love letter to classic stealth action games, packed with clever writing and fourth-wall-breaking humor. The gameplay delivers a satisfying mix of sneaking, puzzle solving, and crafting, all wrapped in retro pixel art charm. Every mission feels fresh, thanks to its inventive storytelling and constant surprises. Jesse Fox's narration adds layers of personality, making even simple moments feel unforgettable. The controls are tight, the pacing is sharp, and the satire hits just right.
The sewer was infested with assassins.
UnderMine is an addictive roguelite adventure that keeps players returning for more. The combination of exploration, combat, and treasure hunting is consistently engaging. Each run reveals new secrets, upgrades, and characters, making progression feel rewarding. The handcrafted dungeons are varied and challenging, encouraging clever strategies and quick thinking. With a satisfying loop of risk and reward, countless hours can be spent navigating its depths, uncovering treasures, and improving abilities while facing increasingly tough foes. Islet is a refreshing puzzle game that quickly captures attention with its unique mechanics and relaxing vibe. The calming soundtrack pairs well with the smooth gameplay, making it easy to get lost in solving its intricate challenges. Each level is thoughtfully designed, encouraging players to think creatively while enjoying a stress-free environment. The visual style is simple yet engaging, keeping focus on clever puzzle solving without distractions. It's a rewarding journey for those who appreciate thoughtful puzzles.
Stupid boy.
Hades is a captivating roguelike dungeon crawler that immerses players in fast-paced combat and a rich, dynamic world. The narrative unfolds through clever interactions with gods and other characters, each adding depth to the journey. The gameplay is satisfying with its constantly evolving challenges and upgrades. The game's art style, combined with its intense music and voice acting, draws players in, making each run feel fresh and rewarding. It's an engaging journey that will keep players coming back for more. Lunistice is an action platformer that draws players into fast-paced, colorful levels packed with inventive enemies and clever puzzles. Combat requires skillful timing and strategy, keeping each encounter exciting. Levels are designed to challenge while remaining fair, rewarding exploration and precision. The energetic soundtrack adds intensity and keeps momentum high without ever being distracting. Players who enjoy thoughtful action and dynamic platforming will find plenty to appreciate, making it a highly engaging and satisfying game to tackle. Eiyuden Chronicle Rising is an engaging adventure with vibrant towns and lively characters that make exploration genuinely fun. Combat is satisfying and strategic, encouraging smart planning rather than button mashing. The story unfolds with heart and humor, keeping players invested in every mission. Side quests are meaningful, giving depth without overstaying their welcome. The progression system is rewarding, making every battle and discovery feel worthwhile. A strong pick for RPG fans seeking an absorbing journey. Sacre Bleu is a stylish and clever game that mixes charm with a good dose of challenge. The hand-drawn art gives every scene personality, and the quirky atmosphere makes it easy to get pulled in. The controls feel smooth, keeping the action fun without getting frustrating. Each level brings enough variety to stay fresh, and the pacing makes it hard to put down. There's a lot to appreciate in the small details, from the humor to the creative design choices. It's one of those games that feels rewarding from the very first moment to the last. Shalnor Silverwind Saga is a standout RPG with a gripping story that keeps players invested through each chapter. Combat is satisfying, featuring a wide range of skills and strategies that encourage experimentation and clever planning. The world is vast, with diverse regions to explore and memorable characters who add depth to the narrative. Side quests are meaningful and rewarding, giving extra layers to the journey. Every element works together to create a game that is both engaging and memorable, making it hard to put down. Devil Slayer Raksasi is a top-down action game that incorporates randomly generated dungeons, roguelike aspects, and intuitive combat. The game has 7 heroines, each with their own weapon and fighting style. The game employs roguelike dynamics and includes a transmigration trial in which players must locate the key to rescue the world. Devil Slayer Raksasi is a hard and straightforward action game with over 200 relics and 150 different enemy kinds. To live in a cursed world, players must learn abilities such as evading, timing, and rhythm. The Tower of Perpetuity is a 2D action game set in the world of TOKOYO, where players must negotiate a continually shifting dungeon packed with evil monsters and traps. The tower regenerates every 24 hours, allowing players from all over the world to experience the same dungeon for a brief period. Each day brings new difficulties, including various traps and gimmicks. The game also includes social components, such as a cemetery honoring participants who have died. Players can use their unique powers to compete with other players in a friendly manner. Samurai Bringer is a visually striking roguelite with a refreshing emphasis on custom combat. Each run feels different thanks to the deep, flexible skill-building system that rewards experimentation. Slashing through waves of mythological enemies while refining movesets never gets old. The pixel art and dynamic lighting create a strong atmosphere, and the steady challenge keeps things engaging. It's a game that respects the player's creativity and keeps replaying fun thanks to its layered mechanics and satisfying progression loop. Monkey Barrels is loud, wild, and unapologetically fun. The twin-stick action never lets up, and the colorful chaos keeps things fresh through every level. Weapons feel satisfying, enemies swarm with purpose, and the stages demand constant movement and smart dodging. The unique art style gives the game real attitude, and the soundtrack keeps energy levels high. There's a lot to like here, especially the online mode that adds solid replay value. It's the kind of game that feels alive with momentum and personality throughout. Mighty Goose is a fast-paced run-and-gun shooter game in which players take on the role of the Mighty Goose. a competent bounty hunter who is pitted against the Void King, the galaxy's strong ruler. The game has a variety of weaponry, allies, upgrades, and hidden treasures. Players can tailor their strategy by utilizing upgrade chips, supplementary weaponry, and help characters. They may also pilot military machines to eliminate big groups of foes. The game's graphics feature finely produced pixel art environments, cars, and characters, transporting players to a lively realm. Kero Blaster is a game in which you play as a bipedal frog working for CATO Frog Inc. Their job is to repel enemies and negotiate a difficult terrain. Initially, the frog's low health and armament may present issues. However, as players collect and earn money, they may improve their health and select improved weaponry to battle formidable adversaries. The game's pleasure is increased by the characters you meet. Kero Blaster is a distinct and immersive setting that immerses players in the obstacles they confront. CATO Buttered Cat takes a hilarious internet paradox and transforms it into a clever, brain-twisting puzzle adventure. Each stage plays with gravity in inventive ways, constantly challenging logic while keeping things fun and unpredictable. The clean art style and creative level design make every puzzle feel distinct and rewarding to solve. Its humor adds lighthearted energy that perfectly complements the challenge, creating a witty and memorable game that keeps players hooked from one clever puzzle to the next. Heaven Dust 2 keeps players on edge with its intense survival horror and clever puzzles. The atmosphere is tense and immersive, turning every room into a test of nerves. Strategic resource management adds layers of challenge, while the story gradually unfolds, keeping curiosity high. Combat is challenging but fair, rewarding careful planning and attention to detail. The visuals and sound design work together to build genuine suspense. Fans of horror and tactical gameplay will find this game deeply engaging, thrilling, and satisfying throughout. Dungeonoid 2 Awakening is a top-down adventure game that combines classic dungeon crawling with vintage pixel visuals. Players can pick between 4 different role-playing classes, each with its own set of powers. Their job is to defeat evil by controlling a floating platform that deflects a magical ball onto certain targets. Smashing through walls, gravestones, and adversaries allows players to activate power-ups and modifiers that heal, shrink, or supercharge their. Players can also charge their unique attack to unleash devastating spells on blocky monsters. Mo Astray is a clever puzzle platformer where atmosphere and mechanics work together seamlessly. Guiding the small, gelatinous protagonist through eerie labs and mysterious environments feels both inventive and rewarding. The mix of precise movement and brain-teasing puzzles keeps each section engaging, while the eerie backstory adds depth without overshadowing the gameplay. Every level feels thoughtfully constructed. For those who enjoy smart design and unique mechanics, this game proves to be a remarkable and memorable journey. Levelhead is a superbly crafted puzzle platformer that transforms a simple principle into something genuinely unique. As a little robot that conducts electricity, you'll solve intelligently designed puzzles by contacting surfaces that trigger platforms, doors, and traps. The game's basic graphic design and precise controls provide a seamless, gratifying experience. It regularly surprises with new concepts, keeping the gameplay interesting without overstaying its welcome. Snezhinka is an irresistible surprise that blends cozy visuals with surprisingly thoughtful gameplay. Its snow-draped world feels like stepping into a hand-drawn fairy tale, complete with gentle puzzles and a heartwarming story that unfolds at just the right pace. The music is soft and immersive, enhancing the calm, almost meditative vibe. What really stands out is the emotional depth tucked beneath its minimalist surface. It's a quiet, introspective journey that lingers long after the credits roll. a perfect little escape for players craving something peaceful yet meaningful. Beat Souls is a fast-paced rhythm game that blends music with adrenaline-fueled action. Players explore a lively environment full of obstacles, accumulating spirits to build amazing combinations and chasing the highest score. The game has charming anime visuals and a neon cyberpunk aesthetic. Players must explore 30 stages of changing complexity while leading their Automo partners to acquire souls. Key elements include gliding left and right in time with the music, avoiding obstacles, unlocking new characters, and modifying difficulty levels. Rogue Flight soars with fast-paced aerial combat, smooth controls, and a sleek visual style that keeps the action engaging. Missions unfold with escalating intensity, making each dogfight more thrilling than the last. The soundtrack enhances the high-altitude energy, while unlockable upgrades give a satisfying sense of progress. Enemy AI keeps players alert, ensuring no two battles feel the same. It's a fast, fun, and visually striking arcade shooter that keeps the momentum high and the adrenaline pumping. Azure Reflections is a side-scrolling bullet hell fan game pays homage to Japan's TOKOYO project by providing an exhilarating experience with vivid visuals and intricate patterns. Players must navigate unrelenting waves of adversaries, demanding clever tactics and strategic thinking. Practice mode and tutorial mode provide a controlled environment in which players may hone their abilities and gain confidence. Prepare to go on an incredible adventure filled with intense action, breathtaking visuals, and a thriving community of enthusiasts. Super UFO Fighter is an amazing cosmic game in which Shaforians, or UFO pilots, participate in spectacular one-on-one battles for ultimate dominion. Players must learn stage goods and use their swoop beam to reach the target before their opponent. The game has a number of modes and settings for online play, such as training mode for discovering new UFOs and collection mode for tracking your progress as a Shaforian. You may play solo or with others online, or share a Joy-Con for local multiplayer. Zombies have taken over Los Angeles, bringing terror and worry on the once glamorous streets. The game boasts unstoppable shooting action, allowing players to blast, burn, and incinerate zombies with over 30 different weapons. The engaging story mode includes 18 distinct movies and 11 task types, with reels from each film unlocking additional cinematic masterpieces. In survival options, players may combat either alone or with companions thanks to 2 local co-op options. Over 70 outfits are available to personalize your appearance while fighting the flesh-eating creatures. Teen One Girl Army is a refreshing mix of puzzle strategy and dungeon crawling that feels both clever and approachable. Guiding Kim through grid-based levels is satisfying, especially as each stage asks for more planning and sharper moves. The combat keeps things lively with its mix of enemies and traps, rewarding patience and foresight. The art style is colorful and charming, giving personality to every corner of the maps. It strikes a nice balance between challenge and accessibility, making it easy to keep playing just one more level. Scheme is a clever and inventive puzzle platformer where shadows become both path and puzzle. The unique concept of jumping from shadow to shadow keeps things fresh, while the minimalist art style keeps it clean and focused. Each environment feels thoughtfully designed, encouraging curiosity and experimentation. The movement has a nice rhythm, and the mood stays consistent without becoming dull. A strong sense of identity runs through the game, making it easy to remember long after the credits roll. Quiet, smart, and confidently made. The Halloween spirit has vanished, and Ghost Mart is on the verge of extinction. Scary, the proprietor of Ghost Mart, must annihilate Facebook and its subsidiaries DarkChat, DevilTube, and RipTalk. Death or Treat is a 2D action roguelite and hack-and-slash game in which players must explore landscapes and destroy opponents with various weapons and skills. Stores in Hallowtown give various profits for enterprises, such as the creation of new weapons, the purchase of healing potions, and the exchange of components for candy. A masterclass in 2D fighting, this entry bursts with style, speed, and substance. The hand-drawn sprites remain visually striking, even years later, while the deep mechanics reward both casual brawlers and hardcore combo enthusiasts. Each character feels distinct, offering a wide range of playstyles and strategies. Online play holds up well, ensuring fierce competition is always within reach. Packed with modes and an electrifying soundtrack, it serves up a nostalgic yet refined experience that still holds its ground among modern fighters with confidence and flair.